Episode 4.
The new normal.
Here we talk about post-COVID life, the importance of reflection.
What have we learnt?
Football didn't come home.
But racial abuse did.
Is this the new normal? Welcome back, everybody.
I cut my hair, donated it.
We're put in a state of shock.
There's a lot of things, isn't it? Like it. I think at least.
What is my purpose? What do I want to achieve for watching the football Euro 2020 final? Right.
That first England goal.
First 2 minutes
his first professional penalty that he's ever taken in his career.
I think with every hardship comes a seed of opportunity.
You can't pick and choose when it suits you to support someone. If you support them through the good and bad, isn't it?
Yeah. Do you think racism is becoming normalised?
Life still goes on, you know? And time doesn't really stop for anyone.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you're all well. This is the episode 4 of the Pink Lotus Podcast. Yeah, it's been a while, Madhuja, hasn't it?
It's been a good 3-4 months. Was it last March? I'm pretty sure. March we did it in.
So 3 months of missing in action. What have we... The audience wants to know what we've been up to, because this is not a good excuse, is it? We're slacking right now.
Yeah, we're lacking, but commitments, life gets in the way, So me, what have I been doing? I mean, I finished uni now. First year uni done.
Decent.
Yeah, don't know if anyone can tell, cut my hair, donated it. So yeah, that happened.
Big up Madhuja and big up everybody else that donated. What was it for? What charity was it for?
The Little Princess Trust. So it's for children with like cancer, that kind of thing. They make usual hair turn into wigs, What about you, Kush?
What have I been up to, man? Well, right now I am a free man. Like, I'm free. I've got nothing on, got no commitments. Like, I'm doing what I like to do. But I was missing in action for a while because obviously I had exams, even though they were cancelled, they were still on. So it was a bit weird. But yeah, I had exams, so I was revising for my A-levels. And now the scary thing is next month is results day. So good luck to everybody that did their GCSEs and A-levels. Hope you get the results that you want.
Speaking of results, I just realised. Tomorrow is the 15th. I get my first year results tomorrow.
Oh my God, no way. Yeah. Oh, I just wanted to recap. Remember last episode we did on the misconceptions of Hinduism? That reached over 1.3k people, which is a phenomenal. So I just want to thank all the listeners listening in. Just thank you for supporting and sharing. It means a lot, because last episode was a very serious episode. This episode is called The New Normal. So why, Madhuja, why do you think we're talking about the new normal?
A lot has changed. Some things have stayed the same, but a lot has changed. The world is very different as we all know it, I'm pretty sure.
I personally think it's really important to talk about, to reflect almost, especially what's happening in our life right now. From November 2019, we were put in a state of shock by this COVID-19. We had no idea what it was, right? And now, a year and a half later, we're just about to come out of lockdown.
19th July, just what, 5 days from today? 5 days?
Yep.
Literally.
5 days. Are you excited, or is it no different to you?
Well, I feel like we're so used to like going around with masks and everything now. It's just become normal life, right? So I feel like there will be differences in terms of maybe more places we can go to. We can just go. No,
that is true.
Yeah, it'll make a difference, definitely.
For me, I don't really care. I mean, like, it doesn't feel any different because now I'm still going out with friends. But I guess having that extra freedom is amazing. But then again, I guess I'm a bit apprehensive. I just don't want it to come back, innit?
Yeah, I don't think we want a surge in cases and all of that stuff. We've had enough lockdowns as it is. And no more is needed.
Because if you look at other countries, like I don't know, India, they're so bad right now. They're like 9 months or a year behind us, I'd say, which is terrible. So
it's crazy.
Hopefully everything settles down over there.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, like I said before, I keep going off track, but I think doing an episode on the new normal is very important because it's very important to reflect. And this COVID experience that we've had, right? There's been a lot we've got out of it in terms of the positives, but then there's also been a lot of negatives and challenges along the way, which have like forced us to evolve as people.
Yeah.
So, Madhuja, should we kickstart the episode?
Go ahead, as always. Take it away.
So let me ask you a question, yeah. What is like one of the qualities or one of the main things that you've got out of this COVID experience and moving into the post-COVID world? What sort of things have you improved on or benefited from?
Okay. I thought there's a bigger importance on gratitude, at least for me. Whether it's small things, big things, definitely I feel like I'm a lot more grateful for things that I've got, the opportunities that are coming to me, that kind of thing. Small things as well, like going out to see your friends, you know, like, because let me give you a little story. I've been in isolation. I started first year in isolation. I also finished first year in isolation.
Bro, that's so big.
An L for me right there. But, you know, we bounce back.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's like I was always FaceTiming friends, that kind of thing. And it's like, yeah, like we're FaceTiming, we're talking, but it doesn't capture what it's really like in person. Like those vibes, it's not the same vibes. Like you'll know what I'm talking about. It's not the same vibes.
Yeah.
It's just next level, you know. But it's definitely made me cherish my friendship, being able to spend time with people, not just in the house, but obviously outside the house as well, you know, like being able just to go for a nice walk and have good convo, you know, it's things like that. Like being in person definitely hits different. But yeah, I think I'm a lot more grateful for a lot of things that have come my way.
I was just deeping,
Yeah.
I was deeping. You said like the social interaction and stuff. And so I was just deeping the other day, like we as humans, even if you're an introvert or extrovert, whatever you label yourself, right? We are still very social people, and we crave like social presence and a validation from other people, right? And interaction. We crave that. So being locked away for months is like, that is the worst thing that could happen. Psychologically, we need that connection, right?
Exactly. I'm an introvert. Like I'm very introverted.
Yeah,
I'd say so.
I'm very introverted.
Like,
exactly.
I know other people that are really extroverted, and I know it's hard for them. But when it started hitting me, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I really want to like step out the house or step out my flat or something, but like I couldn't. It really hit me then. Like, wow. Like
yeah, exactly. We as introverts. Well, I'll say I'm an ambivert, but yeah, we as like we want that craving of social interactions, isn't it?
Interaction, exactly.
Which is quite cool.
It's crazy though, but yeah. What about you? What have you learned? Say positives, negatives from this whole situation.
I'd say exactly the same as you. I think the main thing that I've got from this past year is gratitude. Like I'd say we're both quite grateful people. But then again, I still think I was ungrateful at small things, right? Because we've been locked up, we haven't been able to do much. It makes you think how privileged you actually are to have shelter, food, water, right? Just over a week ago, I actually really started deeping this sort of stuff, because before I was like really going through this, like my summer holidays with ease, having such a fun time. But then I got like, there was an obstacle in my path, and basically what happened was I had a really, really bad sore throat, and I thought it was nothing. I just thought it will go, right? But it got progressively worse. And so eventually I was admitted to hospital, and I don't really, I've never actually been admitted to hospital before. So in the ambulance and everything, right? It was quite severe. And just then I was like, bro, even though it was, I was like, in the end I had tonsillitis. But in the moment I was like,
your heart's beating.
Bro, what is happening? Like, what just happened, right? I did not see that coming at all. And then after that, I was just deeping, and I was like, you know what? Anything can happen to you, right? Anything can happen to you. And that makes me reflect on, like, you know, those people, those loved ones that have COVID-19 that have maybe been passed away. It just makes you grateful for how valuable and scarce life is, isn't it?
Exactly.
Other thing that I learned, right? Was that opportunities come even in the toughest of situations. So like with this podcast stuff, we started this in lockdown. We had nothing. We were just like, what do we want to do, Madhuja? What should we do? We're bored.
Like,
exactly. And we just
come on, let's try it out, see what happens, you know. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, try something else, you know?
Exactly.
And
so like these opportunities just came about, So let me just ask you one question. What opportunities other than the podcast did come your way and you took?
I mean, there's been loads, right? Like, I've been able to, I think maybe because of lockdown and maybe my first year kind of thing, I've kind of pushed myself more out there than I think I would have originally. Well, now I'm sports secretary for Hindu Soc, one of them. So yeah, running the netball team for Hindu Soc next year.
Jeez, okay.
Yeah. Little all our kind of vibes, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, what else have I done? It's been so much, Kush. Like so many other like work experience opportunities, online, offline, you know. Loads of just like talking to new people, just the really small, like I'm naming quite small things, right? But it's definitely they're opportunities in itself, right? Like
they help for your growth, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. In different ways, yeah. Exactly. What about you? You got any?
I mean, one of the big ones I can remember. I don't think I've talked about it on this podcast.
Yeah.
But I'd say last March when we were in lockdown.
Yeah.
I got the opportunity to live with my grandparents for 3 months.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And just to like to give them support and stuff. And obviously my grandparents are getting old, so they won't be here for as long as I'd like. And getting that quality time with them, living with them for a good amount of time, that was a beautiful experience. It really it was quite amazing because very rarely do you get to spend so much time with your grandparents. So that was one. And then like you said, putting yourself out there. I've just been trying to put myself out there, network with people, apply for jobs, apply for roles and stuff. So I don't think COVID's brought us two down that much. And
exactly.
Hopefully for you listeners as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just off the script. Now let's go back onto the script.
Back onto the topic, yeah.
Onto the topic. You go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean, we're both British Hindus, right? So
it
only makes sense we talk about it. So I think faith has been a very
vital.
Big, very vital within these times, obviously. There's a lot of things, isn't it? Like I think at least both of our faith has probably strengthened a lot in the past year and a bit.
I know we're reflecting back quite a lot and people might think this is boring, but it's very important, first of all.
Yeah.
And deeper, you've been in your own house, in your own room for so long, right? Even though there is starting to become a lot more normal. You've been stuck in your thoughts a lot. Right?
Definitely.
Which can get very repetitive and it can become very tough. For a lot of people. And so I personally was forced to answer those simple questions like, what is my purpose? What do I want to achieve? That kind of relates back to Hinduism and my faith, and just reminding myself, is there a bigger thing than just this life, this COVID life? So yeah, that was a spiritual, like, kind of awakening for me, which was quite cool.
That in the podcast, you know.
Come on.
But yeah, as you said makes you realize basically anything can happen, right? And on that topic, if we shift our focus ever so slightly, let's take it back just a couple of days. Sunday was a bittersweet, tough day for most, right? Yeah,
it was a tough time. For those who don't know what we're talking about, Sunday was a tough time for all of us, I'm sure, watching the football Euro 2020 final, right?
England versus Italy.
England v Italy. It was an amazing game. One of like a cinematic experience. It was beautiful. Like, well, up to a certain point, you know, first 90 minutes were beautiful.
That first England goal.
First 2 minutes in.
It's like
2 minutes in. That was beautiful from Luke.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was beautiful, man. But then obviously went to extra time.
Yeah.
The nerves were there. But then when it goes to penalties, anything can happen, right?
Anything.
And people forget that, like, it's literally a 50-50 chance whether you win or not.
Literally.
So I guess that last Sunday was very tough. You know, the impacts of that football game was very, very tough, especially looking online on the social media. You could see there's so much racial abuse. And this is when we're talking about when it starts to get deep in this podcast. At the end of the day, whatever happened, it was unacceptable, right?
Definitely,
to be honest, I was very, very angry inside
Yeah.
because I just knew. The funny thing is, and it's a sad reality,
Yeah.
is that when we knew we were gonna lose, we knew we were gonna, like, before the game even ended,
Yeah.
we knew the impacts that would have happened.
Exactly, the expected outcome, like what's about to happen, literally.
Like all this racial abuse, all this online hate and in-person hate as well. Yeah, it's terrible. And for those who don't know, it was basically, there's a lot of racial abuse going on right now, targeted at 3 English players, missed the penalties.
Yeah.
So there were Marcus Rashford, Sancho, and Saka. These players, phenomenal players, but they missed a penalty. And after that, before everyone was all in support of them, then straight after, a lot of people just started chatting rubbish about them.
Yeah, just
so yeah.
Some of the comments are just so bad, man. Like, it's not needed. Like, I completely understand that people are upset that England didn't win, but the way that they've literally taken out their anger and just pushed
it's not acceptable.
It's not
acceptable at all. You can't do that. You can't use your privilege of writing on social media, saying whatever you want, but bring other people down. You can't do that. And not even just bringing them down on like their skills and stuff. You're bringing them down because of their race.
Yeah.
The fact that they're black, that's not acceptable.
It's not acceptable, exactly. It's crazy, man. The fact that Saka is my age, like 19, like
19,
and
exactly.
it was his first professional penalty that he's ever taken in his career, and that in itself is phenomenal, right? Like, regardless of whether you get it in or not, that's a different story. Just being able to stand up there and have that opportunity, I think it's amazing, right?
Most 19-year-olds don't even know what they want to do in the next 2
I know.
years. Like, come on, this guy has come up through the academies and that is now playing international football at the age of 19. Literally no one does that.
I know,
right?
like, it's crazy.
Like, we should be proud to have such a young, skilled player in our team, and not have this sense of resentment against him just because he missed a penalty.
I know. You can't pick and choose when it suits you to support someone. If you support them through the good and bad, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Before the game, basically.
Yeah.
Because I love football. I was rooting for England and stuff.
Yeah.
And so before the game, me and my friends, we were going to go to Leicester Square, right, to go watch the game. We just wanted to go have a good time, watch the game on like some big screen and stuff.
Yeah.
But then, obviously, we ended up not going because of like the scenes there and stuff. And I remember one of my friends, he's black, he wrote on the chat that you know what, I've just deeped after the game. I've just deeped that a lot of us are ethnic minorities, and we just do not have the privilege to go out to enjoy a final.
Yeah.
And that really hit hard.
It's crazy.
Just thinking about it. If we win, it's all nice, all fun and games, right? All celebrations, and we feel part of united, right?
Yeah.
In London, right? But if we lose, everyone just suddenly takes it out on each other, and suddenly you're not safe, and your life is actually at risk.
Literally, like, it's crazy. I know people who had gone out to go watch a match in various places, pubs, restaurants, wherever, and then suddenly you're just seeing on group chats and people saying that, oh, like, make sure you get home safe, like, leave earlier because it's not going to be safe out there. It switched so quickly, and it's so unnecessary. Like, it's not needed at all to fear for your life when you're going out to watch a game that should be fun to enjoy.
Exactly. You know what the crazy thing is? Thing is, we live in England. Yeah. We are a first world country where we have so many privileges. We have free NHS healthcare. We've got so many opportunities. Yeah, we're so privileged. Yet there is this racial inequality within our country, our society. And obviously we have all these amazing movements like Black Lives Matter trying to spread this equality and strive for equality. Overnight football does its thing, and overnight there's a resurgence in racism all over the country.
Exactly.
It's terrible.
It is. Like, I'm like, we all know Marcus Rashford. He's been feeding loads of school children, phenomenal movement, things he's
MBE
done,
as well.
absolutely amazing. Yep, exactly, amazing. However, I've been seeing things like, Rashford shouldn't have to experience racial inequality because look what else he's done. He's fed this many kids. But I think regardless of whether he's fed those kids or not, as a human being, him being a person, regardless, he shouldn't have to face such abuse that he's been facing anyways.
It's basic human rights,
man. I know, it's
basic human
rights. Not acceptable, to be honest, but
it's not good at all.
I know.
And stuff needs to change. And this was coming on to my next point, right? Right now, what we've been talking about is like a very negative thing, right?
Yeah.
It's not nice to see, and not nice to hear, not nice to watch on the news. Everybody's probably drained by this stuff, right?
Yeah.
But one thing, I don't know, this is my own opinion, is that maybe we can take an opportunity from this. Because with every hardship comes, I generally think with every hardship comes a seed of opportunity.
Yeah.
And like we said, it highlight overnight. We've just witnessed, we've just seen highlighted the amount of racism in our country.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. I pray something happens. I pray the government take action. I can't rely on them, but I pray they do take action. I pray people are aware and people become more aware. But the other amazing thing is that all over socials, there were so many people that did not tolerate this.
Yeah, exactly.
They were sharing all these lovely messages saying that there's a lot of good people out there, and there's a small amount of people that just masks the whole country.
For real.
So yeah, we got to keep doing our thing. We've got to keep striving for equality. We cannot allow this racial inequality to become normalized, and I'll get onto that later.
100%. So leading on from this football, we all know, I'm sure we all know, the phrase "taking the knee" and this movement as such. And for those that don't know, it's basically footballers basically kneel on one knee right at the beginning of the match to pay tribute to the Black Lives Matter movement. Basically highlights the racial inequality and discrimination against them. It raises awareness. It's not acceptable for fans to boo players that choose to take the knee, right? Why do they now need to then project that?
I was just going to say this type of thing is just terrible because at the end of the day, it's a gesture, right?
Yeah.
Taking the knee is a gesture, and it's not just in football; it's in all sports, right? Because it is recognized that globally there is this issue of racial inequality, right? And so taking the knee is an amazing thing because it highlights the racial inequality. It makes everybody realize that there's still this stuff, still this online hate going on and stuff.
Yeah.
Taking the knee is a positive gesture.
Kind of respect, kind of, isn't it? Like,
it's out of respect, yeah. There are even players that don't take the knee, which is up to them.
That's their
it just shows. It's their choice, but it just shows, right? It highlights that. From my perspective, like, why would you not want to take the knee? Why would you not want to do a gesture that promotes equality? Like, why would you not want to do that? But I guess there's everyone's each to their own. They can do
they can
do what they want.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, football, it's really united the country, but it's also very much split the country as well, I'd say now.
Wait, hold up. We said, I don't know if we said this properly, but before we said COVID-19, right?
Yeah.
It sort of united the world together.
Yeah.
It brought it was like kind of a war between the virus and everybody else together in the same shoes.
Yeah.
Bringing about empathy, bringing about all these amazing qualities like gratitude and opportunities, right? But then again, you have something as basic as football, which is an amazing sport. It's a blessing. It brings people together.
Yeah.
But overnight, it just unravels the whole country, and it makes us see what is going on.
Yeah.
Right.
Literally.
And like I said before, I feel like this could maybe be a blessing in disguise. Hopefully, this catalyzes for some sort of change.
Yeah.
I already know it. I was watching the news today, and it said that the government, I don't know, specific MPs, they're going to be in contact with social media platforms, asking them to be able to tackle this online racial hate and abuse.
Pretty sure the
which is
FA
a good,
taking some
yeah,
sort of action
exactly.
as well.
It's a good first steps, right?
Yeah.
But then again, like services only have so much power.
Mm.
At the end of the day, people get to choose what they want to do, right? And I feel like we as individuals as well could have an impact on our peers, on our family, on like everyone around us. We're all interdependent at the end of the day.
Yeah.
What we believe, someone else might lead on to believe as well. So maybe we can speak up, call people out respectfully and stuff.
I
so
agree.
Hopefully,
yeah, as an individual, as a collective, as a community, we can definitely bring forward change into a more positive light, right?
Yeah, I think that's an amazing thing. We can use our sort of freedom of speech to do that, and I think it will definitely prove different, because at the end of the day, there's so many people, so many amazing people that don't tolerate this sort of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
But we don't really see that because of all the other bad stuff, right?
Yeah.
Madhuja, let me ask you a question. So this episode is called The New Normal, right? Because we're essentially talking about what is life going to be after COVID, what is going to happen, what is the new norm. So let me ask you a question. Do you think racism is becoming normalized?
As sad as it is, I think those who are racist are finding more opportunities to do so and be so. And I do think, as sad as it is becoming normalized, and that's something we can't accept. It's something that can't run in this society. It has to stop.
Yeah. So let me ask the listeners listening to this, do you think racism is becoming normalized? And if so, is it a good thing? Obviously, I'd say it's a bad thing. But how do we tackle this normalizing nature of racism? And what are the steps in the future? And comment down below what you think as well. And yeah, I mean, it's a tough question. Personally, I would love to say I don't think it's becoming normalized, because I do feel like there is going to be a lot of action. I feel like in the next month, next 2 months, this next year, there's going to be a lot of things that are going to be done to tackle this. And I generally think it's the blessing of football. But just again, going back to it, imagine you're 19, right? You miss a penalty itself, and England lose, which is not his fault at all, but you miss a penalty. So already you're feeling terrible inside, right?
Yeah.
You're not feeling great. I don't think you're going to be happy. And then you come home, and then you go on your phone, it's gone viral overnight because all of these comments for and against you. Yeah. But then you look at the ones against you, right? It's like all these celebrities have millions of comments, thousands of comments, all for them. But the ones against them, those harsh, bitter ones against them, they hurt. Yeah, they hurt a lot.
They stay with people, definitely.
They stay with you. It's like if you got bullied when you were younger, that one person saying that one line to you, you'll probably never forget.
Yeah.
And so you know the phrase "sticks and stones break your bones." But words may never harm you. Words is the same as online abuse. Yeah. And so I think if we bring a Hindu perspective on this, because we're British Hindus and we're Indian, so if we bring our perspective on this, I don't know if I've already talked about it, but we believe in something, a core principle in our in Hinduism called ahimsa. Ahimsa essentially means non-violence, and we believe in non-violence because we believe everybody.
Previous episode.
Yeah, in our previous episode, we believe that everybody has God within them. So why would you want to harm someone else? Yeah. But that non-violence is not just physical. It's also verbal. It's also emotional. It's also all these type of things, right? And that online abuse comes under verbal. Yeah. So we definitely, I'm sure me and Madhuja, we're totally against this, and I'm sure a lot of you listeners
Many others are as well, yeah.
And I think, you never know, there's always so many opportunities. The World Cup is around the corner next year.
It's true.
And our team is the youngest team we've ever had. It's such a unit, and like I'm on the other side of the screen,
Yeah.
and I can feel that, right?
Mhm.
It's an amazing unit, and Gareth Southgate is doing his job.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's cool. It's all good. Brings us to the closing of our episode. It's been an amazing episode. Very nice flow to it, even though we haven't recorded for the last 3 months.
Yeah.
Been amazing.
Been good.
So yeah, Madhuja, last question before we end it off.
Yeah.
What do you think the main lesson is for our listeners listening to this?
So I'd say, I think we've been given a lot more opportunities, especially now that lockdown is obviously lifting, doing simple things like going out with friends, with family, being able to enjoy yourself a lot more. Obviously being grateful to see each day as it comes, having many goals, aspirations. I think one thing to take away is life still goes on, you know, like, and time doesn't really stop for anyone. Doesn't matter who you are, what you do, time won't stop for anyone. So I think it's definitely important just to take each day as it comes, you know, try and enjoy it to the fullest, learn a couple things, you know, all of that. What about you, Kush? What do you think?
First of all, wise words from Madhuja. But yeah, I think there's two main things that we can learn from this episode. Even me and you as well, we can learn a lot from this. Firstly, there's always going to be unforeseen circumstances in your life. Like for me, going to hospital, COVID-19, you know, all these things that you just can't see. You literally you can't prepare for, right? So there's always going to be things that life going to throw at you, and life. I generally think life is always hard. And it gets a bit philosophical right now, but I think that's one aspect. We just gotta take everything in our stride.
Take it in stride, exactly.
With regards to the racism, I think the main thing is we cannot normalize it. We cannot allow it to become normalized. And to do that, we gotta tackle it. We gotta tackle it in a respectful manner. And you know, hopefully everyone's on our side, and it just everything changes in the future.
In a positive light, exactly.
So I just want to thank everybody listening to this episode 4. We were only the 4th episode in, but it feels like a great journey. And if you have any comments, opinions, or any topics that you want us to talk about in the future, please feel free to drop us a DM or just direct message your foundation so we can know what you want from us. That is it. Hope you have a good month.
Don't forget.
And I'll leave it to Madhuja.
My special line, you know. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to your Foundation YouTube channel. And we've also got Instagram, Facebook. We've got Yoga Youth Instagram. We've also got LinkedIn for those that don't know. Kush, no, don't slaughter the LinkedIn. We talked about it.
Sorry. Come on, if you want LinkedIn, you know who uses LinkedIn.
Wow, is that who uses LinkedIn?
Sorry. I wasn't attacking you. Yeah, LinkedIn's amazing. It's amazing.
It's a good account to have. But make sure you tell us your opinions on this episode, topics you want us to talk about. Like Kush said, we'll drop our socials somewhere down below on the screen. So if you want to reach out to us separately, you can do so, or just reach us out on the main account. But I think it's been a pretty good episode. You know,
it's been good. So we're just gonna end it there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Peace out.